Let me tell you about a guy named Thomas. He was completely trapped. No money, no future, honestly, no hope. But then he stumbled upon this one simple secret that turned everything around for him. By waking up at 5 a.m. every single day, he totally transformed his life in just 90 days. So how did he do it? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down.
Can you imagine that question just echoing in your head every single day? That was Thomas's reality. He was a 32-year-old night security guard, and every morning as he'd walk home, the rest of the world was just starting its day. He felt like a ghost, completely out of sync with everyone else. He was stuck, and he knew it deep down.
You could say Thomas was living his life in reverse. His shift was 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., so he slept while the world was busy living. His salary was barely enough to get by, and it felt less like he was participating in life and more like he was just watching it from the sidelines.
And this was his day-to-day reality. A tiny little apartment, clothes that were falling apart, shoes with actual holes in them. And look, Thomas wasn't lazy, not at all. He worked incredibly hard every single night. The problem was, all that hard work just wasn't getting him anywhere. He was just running in place.
And then, one morning, he got the call. You know, the kind of call everyone dreads. It was the hospital. His mother had collapsed from exhaustion and stress, and she needed care that he just couldn't afford. That right there, that was his breaking point. Lying there in that hospital bed, his mom whispered these words to him. And her plea, it just lit a fire inside him. It wasn't sadness he felt, it was this pure hot anger at his own powerlessness. He was just done feeling so completely helpless. So he stepped outside the clinic into that quiet, pre-dawn air. It was 5 a.m., and in that stillness, he made a vow to himself. No more, he decided. I will find a way. I don't care what it takes.
You know how sometimes life just puts the right person in your path at the exact right moment? Well, on the bus ride back, that's what happened. He saw a man sitting across from him, Mr. Chun, a really successful local businessman. It was just 6 a.m. What was a guy like that doing on a bus so early? Thomas was just so desperate, so curious, he had to ask.
Mr. Chun just smiled and shared his secret. He called them the magic hours, that window between 5 and 7 a.m. He said it's like this sacred time, this quiet space before the rest of the world wakes up, where you can literally build the life you've always wanted.
Then Mr. Chun really broke it down for him. He said, look, waking up just 2 hours earlier each day, it doesn't sound like much, right? But that gives you an extra 730 hours a year. Let that sink in. 730 hours. That's a staggering amount of time to pour back into yourself.
I mean, we're not talking about a few extra hours here and there. That's the equivalent of getting 3 extra months of productive time every single year. Time that, let's be honest, most people just waste scrolling on their phones or hitting the snooze button.
So Mr. Chun gave Thomas the super simple 2-hour system. The first hour, 5 to 6 a.m., that's your time to build a skill, something that can actually change your financial situation. The second hour, 6 to 7 a.m., is all about building your body and mind. Half an hour of exercise, half an hour of reading. That's it.
But, and this is a big but, there were 3 rules, and they were absolutely non-negotiable. Rule 1, the alarm clock is law. 5 a.m. means 5 a.m., no excuses. Rule 2, you have to be in bed by 9 p.m. You can't cheat sleep and expect to win. And Rule 3, probably the most important, you have to push through the pain at the beginning. It's going to be hard, but you just have to embrace it.
So, Thomas accepted the challenge. The first few weeks, they were brutal. He was exhausted but so determined. But then, around day 21, something clicked. He started waking up naturally, just before his alarm, and the new skills he was learning started to make sense. Then, on day 87, boom, it all paid off.
So what skill did he actually focus on? He spent that first hour every single morning learning Excel and basic accounting from free tutorials online. It was such a smart, practical choice, because think about it, every single business on the planet needs those skills.
The transformation was just incredible. I mean, look at this. In just 90 days, he went from a hopeless night guard to a confident accountant with a day job, double his old salary, and a future he was actually excited to build. It was a total 180.
When Thomas went back to thank Mr. Chun, his mentor gave him one last piece of advice. He said, the 5 a.m. thing, that's not just a strategy you used. That's your life now. That's who you are. It was about making it a permanent part of his identity.
And a year later, that was Thomas's own philosophy.
When his new coworkers would ask him why on earth he still woke up so early, he'd just smile and say, "Success isn't some destination you arrive at. It's a daily practice that starts at 5 a.m." So, what's the real secret here? The gap between where you are right now and where you want to be, it's not about being born with more talent or just getting lucky. It's all about how you use those quiet, early morning hours when pretty much everyone else is still asleep. So now it's your turn. Here's the exact same challenge Thomas took. Step 1, set your alarm for 5 a.m. and, this is key, put it all the way across the room so you have to get up. Step 2, pick one skill, just one, to focus on for the next 90 days. And step 3, protect your bedtime. Those wasted evenings will absolutely sabotage your early mornings.
Thomas started with nothing more than a decision. That's it. The only question left is, what will you do tomorrow morning? The future you've been dreaming of, it's literally waiting for you on the other side of that alarm clock. So are you going to hit snooze, or are you going to rise up and meet it?